Let's review some shit. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Guys Night Gaming. We're your local gaming table. Wargaming, TTRPGs, mini painting, and terrain building. Grab an empty chair, sit down, and subscribe. A few weeks ago, I GM'd Warhammer 40k Wrath and Glory starter set for my table. Let's go over if it's any good and if you should play Warhammer 40k Wrath and Glory. The starter set for Warhammer 40k Wrath and Glory comes pretty stacked with everything you need to play the game. The starter set comes with a shortened rulebook, a shortened adventure, character tokens, pre-gen character sheets, and dice. For the starter set, my prep consisted of grabbing some maps for some of the special scenarios in the adventure. I did print some miniatures on my 3D resin printer for a few of the pre-gen characters, and I familiarized myself with the rules and formatted a small rule sheet for my players. Overall, it was about 5 to 6 hours of real prep time. It was pretty simple. The whole group was new to the system, so we were on the same level starting off with this. This is the older version of the game, not the one that you can get now from Cubicle 7, which I imagine is a bit different. The gameplay did start off pretty slow. It throws you right into an encounter after some RPing, introducing characters. The first encounter is an ambush from orc boys, and it throws you into a larger skirmish, which increases the action economy right off the bat, so it just kind of bogs things down, and it's pretty significant. This, of course, extended the play time tremendously, given the new system and the large amount of actions going on and characters needing to take actions. And the other problem right away is that the game starts us off with a new feature that I've never done before. Instead of just getting into combat, it starts us off with mob fighting. Regular battles would have been easier to manage in the new system, helping us catch on a little bit quicker. There were also some other features and rules that the starter set didn't touch on. It made mention of them in the rulebook, and that's things like the rule of fear. I'm not sure why these were left out, but we felt it left some of the funner aspects off of the table during play, almost as a way to get you to buy the core rulebook. Just like with any new system, I think the play was slow to start off. But compared to some of the other older systems I've played, we caught on pretty quickly. With initial battles taking so long, we weren't able to get through the entire mini adventure that was provided with the game, which meant we didn't have much exposure to extra battles. It was really just the one. More playtime would have been cool to get the fighting down a little bit more. Most of the session was just RPing. The adventure included is called Escape the Rock, ROK. And it sets us up in a pretty fun little story that includes some of the iconic Warhammer 40k races like orcs and space marines. The full adventure does include plenty of combat, and it also includes a lot of room to explore the rock that you're on, the place that the players had landed on, aka side quests. The adventure is even fleshed out enough for a second tiny mission that follows the main adventure in this book. The book includes a ton of GM tips and tables for random encounters for the players throughout the adventure. Now, as a GM, I did enjoy running the system, and I can see potential for some real fun moments, like using Space Marine kill teams to take out, entire planets and stuff like that. I also enjoyed seeing my brother in his element with Warhammer 40k. He's a huge fan of the lore, and actually it was a bit intimidating trying to freeball it and be the GM through the adventure when I knew he knew much more about the world, but I could tell he was really enjoying the playthrough. My final thoughts on the starter set are that it is good. It's a good intro to the system and boasts some interesting features that I have not run into in tabletop RPGs, like the tiered play and mob combat. The adventure book itself is at least, I would say, 2 to 3 sessions or longer if you do all the side quests and run the entire thing. And that's if you know how to play the system. It comes with everything you need to play right out of the box. And I think one of the most beneficial things is that you get to use the Games Workshop miniatures for this game. And it's beautiful. You know, you got all these miniatures laying around. You can't always get a game in, a 40K, so you can play this tabletop RPG and use them there. It's pretty cool. So I do recommend the Warhammer 40K Wrath and Glory starter set, whether it's this old one that you can find. Mine was used, of course, or if you get the new one. And, you know, especially if you're a 40K fan, this is pretty huge. But as a short one today, thanks for kicking it with me. If you're into everything tabletop and want it all in one place, you're in the right spot. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next session. And hey, I do hope that you learned something today about this tabletop RPG, and I hope that you play something soon. Peace.